This week's episode is sponsored by Dollhouse of Tampa Salon and Studio. Find your inner doll. They offer quick weave, sew-ins, and much, much more to fit every occasion. Need a wig? Selena's got you. She will customize a unit just for you. Book your next appointment on Booksy today. Did someone say nails? Honey, forget the Bayhive. Contact Queen Bee herself. She offers customized designer nails and even designer press-ons that she will customize and ship to you. Braids, and even twists. Book with Tiffany right on Facebook. Find your inner doll at Dollhouse Tampa Salon and Studio. Tampa. Hello everyone. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Ride Along with Vanessa morning show, where we provide you 100% free coaching at your service. Raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in and enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. It's a brand new season. We're in a brand new city. And guess what? Everything is going your way. You guys ready? Let's go! Hello, everyone. How are you? I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Ride Along with Vanessa morning show, where we provide you 100% free coaching at your service. Raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in and enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new season. And let me tell you something. Karma is coming, baby. The big payback is here. The big payback is here for each and every one of you. So if you're tuning in this broadcast right now, consider yourself the jackpot winner, baby, because in the words of my great mentor, Pastor Paula White, I got a word. So you better sit back, go grab yourself something relaxing, refreshing beverage, and get into the groove, baby, because today is the day. It's a 2025 on and popping. Let's go. Hey! You're listening to DJ Albert CT. It's the house mix right here on YouTube. So check him out, baby. Hey. Yeah, it is New Year's Eve for some of us. And we're celebrating, baby, because 2023 was no joke. It was no joke. I'm telling you, 23 was no joke. But it was that final push. For some of you spiritual discoverers and awakeners, 2023 was that final test year. So if you're still here and you feel with joy and not bitterness, then consider yourself past that grade, because you have now graduated. It is time to graduate, baby. You have graduated into a new realm of you. And I'm telling you right now, 2024, on and popping. I am getting parked. I am getting positioned. And we're going to get started right now. Hey. It's New Year's Eve, baby. Hey! Ride along with Vanessa Morning Show. Come on in and join us. Hey! Get it, DJ Albert. Hey! One more loop.
Let me give you a plug, sweet lips, while I'm on the air. Now bend over my body and rub your
100% free coaching. Soulful with twist. Raw, real enlightenment. So come on in. Enjoy the ride. Let's go. Hey! One on loop. Okay. We are streaming live on Facebook for the final time after 10 years. 10 years of streaming on Facebook. But it's a new day and it's a new season. And we're going on to greener pastures. That's right. We're going on to another space. That space of enlightenment. That space of freedom. That's where we're going, baby. Hey! Right along with Vanessa Morning Show. Come on in, guys. Hey! Yes, indeed. Got so much to share with you guys, and I got a word. Right along with Vanessa. Right along with Vanessa. Sweet Lips is here, because I got a word for you, baby. All right, now, Lucy. Hey! Yeah! All right. Let me stop this. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. And welcome to Right Along with Vanessa 4.0. We've evolved to another realm in insights and wisdom. And I'm going to be sharing that with you. For 10 years, we were streaming right here on Facebook and we started on YouTube, and then we went on over to Facebook as well. We started adding that. Then as we evolved, we streamed to other platforms, networks, everything. And now we're changing. We've evolved higher, and I've grown and learned so much about myself. More importantly, I learned so much about God, our creator, and just higher dimensions. And that's what I've been doing the last 10 years as I was evolving. I was sharing with you all, I take these little mini breaks, and I understand what they were. They were rest periods for me to decide that which direction I was going by allowing my situation or circumstance, to either better me or bitter me. And whatever direction I leaned in, then I went to another level of enlightenment. And that's a blessing of it when you're going through. We're already in it, guys. That's the blessing of when you are going through your life experience, is when you experience these scenarios. I call them these test scenarios, where you're under pressure, and only you understand what you don't really know what's going on. But those tests and trials and tribulations that we signed up for in order to evolve our consciousness, so that we can evolve past 3D, whatever those situations and circumstances, tests that you were experiencing, that you have a decision, because God gave us the wisdom of choice. Right. So if you were going through that experience and you decided, you know what, I don't understand it, I'm angry, whatever, and you process those emotions positively and then allow it in, and what it's going to do, it's going to allow you to become better and not bitter. And when you pass the better test, then you get downloaded with information, insights into more of God. And that's the benefits to the test and the trials, and especially this 2023 year, because I'm telling you right now, I personally experienced the major, I call it my final exam. I really do. I thought 2019 was a doozy, honey. 2023 was the epic exam. And I learned so much about it. And I understand that, there are characters in my play called life that are created and a part of my life scenario in order to advance me into the kingdom, right? See, so you have to really grasp that. So all that hell and experiences that you're going through, if you have grown and evolved and you know that you are not even the same that you were last year spiritually, then you are advancing in the kingdom. And what does that all mean? Well, what does it all mean, Vanessa? Well, the benefits to it. And, it's the title, let me put the banner up here. So today's title, and I didn't put that there too. So today's title is, where is it? The Big Payback. Yeah. Karma 2024, right? Karma 2024. And the benefits, let me let the window down because hot dog is getting hot and it's getting hot over here too. And I have a very strong unction that my phone is going to get hot and going to stop working. So let's back up. And then let's go to a cooler place and then we will get started. So what I was talking about was, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the big payback, karma, and how 2023 was, for some of us, our most challenging year in our life experience thus far, right? And how if you allowed the experience to better you, then you've advanced and graduated and you've made it. I'm trying to find a cooler spot, guys. And it's December and oh yeah, I'm back in Florida. It's December and it's 75 degrees. So we're going to go, where am I going to go? I know exactly where I'm going to go, guys. So just hang out and let me get back over here. Maybe I can play that song again while I get back to my spot and then we'll get started because I don't want my phone to, there it is. All right. So yeah. So we'll get started. I got to get to a cool spot so my phone won't overheat, right? You guys understand. So anyway, I moved back to Florida and it's where I'm supposed to be. And I want to share that with you all a little bit. I'm going to go up with some, explain what happened somewhat. And, but you know what? Although it was a very dark, a very disappointing, heartbreaking experience, I've grown and I've learned. And I'm trying to get to this spot really quick. Give me 2 minutes and then we'll get started. I am a winner. Yes, yes. I am a winner. Yes, yes. I am a winner. So you gotta have that. Make that your vibration. Make that your vibration. All right, plug me in. Plug me in, Booty. Plug me in, Booty. Okay. Yes, yes. Living waters, Booty. Can I pass you guys? Thank you. All right. One more loop and I'll be there, okay? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Yeah, on this New Year's Eve. This wonderful New Year's Eve. We made it, guys. We made it. We're still here. Yeah. Just when you thought that last experience was going to take you out. Here I come to say good day. Here comes God. I call them God's stormtroopers. Those people that come to your rescue right when you need it the most. Right when you feel as if you have no support whatsoever. Watch God show up through others. That's the only way He can. It's through us, baby. And when you come into the realization of that truth, you will finally see how you can be God, how you are God. Yes, yes. I am a winner. Yes, yes. And I am here. Let's park right here. Hopefully no one will disturb me. Here we go.
Unplug, sweet lips, while I'm on the air. Now bend over my body and rub your fingers
All
through
right,
my
here we go.
hair.
We're here,
Your
guys.
mouth run like water. A very
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I am here. Okay, okay. So anyway, the big payback, right? Now in 2020, wait a minute. In 2020, when I launched the new season right along, I was sharing with you all about the planets and how certain planets represent certain energies. Well, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter got together. And when they did, this is in my imagination, based on my level of intelligence and understanding of this situation, of what I've researched, they're like, consider them like people. Okay, so like Saturn is the karmic awakener, the karmic, what's it called? The as the universal scribe of karma, dictating our actions, right? So it's a universal scribe. So it's going to document your actions and everything. Now, before judgment is issued, right? Because Saturn, aka karma, can't do anything until it consults with Jupiter and Pluto. Now, Jupiter is the upside, that the better side. So if you choose to lean into becoming better, then you will reap the rewards of karma through Jupiter. Benefits, abundance, blessing, joy, all those wonderful, positive, wonderful adjectives that describes God's blessings, right? Pluto, because if you choose to become embittered, then Pluto represents death and destruction. Why? Because our ultimate goal in this human form is to die and evolve, die and resurrect. And that's the revelation that comes to us. We go through these dark nights of the soul, death, and then there's resurrection. And so the benefits to all of that is, stick with me, Pluto is death and transformation. So if you can survive the death experience, then you will be transformed and you will line up with that next level of you. And then you'll go through the cycle experience again, right? So that's all about what they were doing from 2020 to 2023, right? So they were having a conversation about the whole entire world and all of the little us in it. And Saturn was meeting with them, and they were calculating which one is a better side, that's better, which one is bitter, that one, that one, that one. And it was reconciling your karma. So as it was reconciling your karma, it was telling up everything. And Jupiter was saying, okay, yep. and Pluto was saying, yep, that requires that. So this year, leading up to this year, for some of us, we had to go through a final exam. Because all the while you're going through these tests, right? The outcome of those tests is you're going to be made aware of deficiencies within your soul, and which requires further testing, rewriting of the code, retesting of you until you cycle through all of those deficiencies to where you are, what they call it, go to market, where you're ready to be deployed. Talked about that a few years ago. So this year, for some of us, including me, my hand is raised because of my planetary alignments and all of that. And we'll go into all that when we pick back up in the spring, when we launch a new season on the new platforms. But I had a lot of things that were going on, in the last 15 years. It's been really crazy. It's been death, rebirth, death, rebuilding, death, crumbling, rebuilding. It's been that same little cycle. So I was cycling through and identifying. And I know this because when doing out those experiences, I was made aware of those spiritual deficiencies within myself. I'm using myself as a case today because I don't know any of you guys. So this is me, my situation. So I was going through those tests and trials, right? And I was being made aware of those spiritual deficiencies right within my soul. So you had to go through cycle again, different characters, same scenario, different characters. That means different rules were being applied, different coding was being written in. As I advanced and evolved, I began to go through my test scenarios and pass them instead of failing them. Why? Why? Because of what I was ingesting, right? So as I learned more and I tuned in more with spirit, then that information was downloaded. I was ingesting it. And then that way I knew how to successfully pass my test scenario. So all of that to say this. 2023, some of us went through a final exam where we had to go through a test scenario because there was slight deficiency still. And mine was people pleasing. I'm a Libra. So we had some passing of the nodes and all that. And I'm not an astrologer. I'm just because I'm trying to understand Vanessa and my mechanics. Okay. So the nodes are now North node, South nodes now in Aries and Libra. North node is in Aries, South node is in Libra. And a part of that was letting go of some things, people, places, and things that did not bring value to your life, that was holding you up because you wanted to please them. And that final test was to be free from people pleasing. Don't do it because I'm trying to I want you to love me. No. Universe was teaching me, no, you need to find that love within yourself constantly. For I am the source of your love. Do not seek it out of there. Okay, so that was that experience and what that taught me. And it was the most heartbreaking experience because I was disappointed because I knew enough to know, right? See, there comes a time in your life where you'll know enough to know. You say, you know what, God, I don't know everything, but I do know what love looks and feels like. And I do know that the only way that I can see your provision is through others. I do understand that, and that angels appear to us in human form as a representative. I knew that, right? So the disappointing thing was, although I had although I lost everything and it crumbled, I mean, you know what I mean, all that material stuff, that wasn't the most disappointing thing out of it all. The most disappointing thing from it all was I was disappointed in the characterization of some of the people that I admired. But what that taught me, ladies and gentlemen, that taught me that you're either going to be a student or a teacher in your life. And throughout your life, you're either going to be, I gotta put it that way, a good guy or a bad guy, right? So, and what I mean by that is you're going to be either going to be God to someone or you're going to be a lesson to someone of an opposite of what God is not, right? So that was the most disappointing thing about it. But I realize it now, and I'm most grateful for, again, those people, those angels, those saviors, I want to call it, people who stepped up and accepted. Yeah, we'll be the final. We'll be a part of the final test scenario. We're gonna bring her. We're gonna be the support side. So when she feels like she's crumbling and she's gonna fall apart and it's over and done with, then support's gonna step in. And so for some of you, you have to call for support. Praying and begging and pleading, no. When you say, I need support, please show up support. It will show up for you. Okay. So thank you. All of those of you, and you know who you are, who came through for me right when I needed you. So now If my phone wasn't ringing when I was down in the dirt and it's ringing now, don't expect me to answer. I'm just telling you right now. Okay, all right. Back to regular scheduled programming. Okay, so we were talking about 2022 and 23 being the final test, right? And you passed the final test and it's graduation time. So now we're rolling over into what we consider 2024. But I personally think the new year starts in April, right? But just for the sake of sakes, right? 2024, January 1, marks the beginning of an 8 universal year. 8 is the number of karma. So now that it's a universal year, because 7 represents testing and going through. So now 8 is going to be the karmic return, the big payback, right? It's going to be the big payback. So karma is merely the return of energy that you put out. Okay, in other words, of Bible scriptures, you reap what you sow. So whatever you put out, whatever you've been putting out the last 15 years, get ready for it to come back. Get ready for it to come back. The year of the big payback, the karmic return. That's what karma does. And that's what 8 represents. 8 represents Saturn. Remember Saturn? Remember her? I just see her as a woman. Probably a Virgo, right? But Saturn represents karma. The number 8. Okay. So point is me, right? Because remember, I'm the case. Yes. I'm the case. So I was born on the 17th. 1 and 7 equals 8. So all my life I have been operating with Saturn on my shoulder, writing everything and making me aware of it and helping me to see through the consequences of things if I took action this way or that. And the thing was, with me being a Libra scales, I was always weighing out stuff before I even impulsively did things. I'd weigh it out, and there were some times where I didn't weigh it out long enough and process it. But the fact of the matter is that's my design. That's how I operate, right? So all my life, I've known the consequences of my actions. Wait a minute. There may have been some occasions where I did not heed to them, but I also saw the result of it, right? So 2024 is a karma year, and it's going to be a return. And I'm going to tell you guys just one more story. And this is how I know. Okay, this is what really helped me to sign my name on this. Years ago, I was working a temp job, and I'd only been there a few weeks, right? And I came in on a Wednesday, and they told me that Friday was going to be my last day. So I was like, now what am I going to do? I just got this job. I just got this car. I just bought this hoopty. I was paying, these buy here, pay here places. It's like, now what am I going to do? So I was trying to remain hopeful, and, it's going to be okay. All the while I was dying inside, right? So that Friday, I walked out, got in the car, and I'm pulling out, right? And it's traffic out here in St. Pete. And I heard a thump, right? And I got out of the car and I ran because it was like a bag, right? And I ran and got back in the car. And I looked at it, and it was a man's wallet. And he had like $150, $160 in cash in it. And here I am, they don't let me go from my job. I'm like, man, I was very tempted. So what I did was I wrote him a letter. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I mailed back his wallet and his pictures and his license and all that the very next day, but I kept the cash. I'll tell you about the cash in a minute. So I wrote him a letter. I said, I'm so sorry, but I'm out of work and da-da-da, and please forgive me, da-da-da. Here are your personal things. I only kept the cash. Sign my name, put the address, God bless you, right? And I sent it to him. And the cash, though, I was like, and lo and behold, in my spiritual immaturity, this is what I did. Ran straight to the mall. I wasn't thinking about no doggone car payment. Ran straight to the mall, got me some makeup, stuff like that. Just wanted to feel, special. That was my flesh. So, uh, when I was walking to the mall, right, I was so heavy with guilt, but I still went through it and did it. And okay, so that was back in early 2000s, right? So 20 years ago, let's just say 20 years. In 2021, right? I I had was down here in Hot Dog, and I we were gonna go downtown and have some breakfast. And I was at the dog park, and we were gonna walk because it was right around the corner. So I took I had a little Louis wallet thing, right? And I put it in my side pocket of my Fabletics pants, the ones with pockets. So I'm just walking, and I'm so happy because I just won. I had like $200 in lotto, and just got paid. So it was good. It was a happy day, right? So I'm walking, and as soon as I turned the corner, and I was just in my zone, and I just instinctively, and my wallet was gone, and I was like, oh no, and I was like, oh no. So fortunately, it was early enough. So I went to the bank, changed out my cards and all that, but and I didn't understand. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was like, now wait a minute, God, because now everything I've been trying to walk, keep my side of the street clean and all that, and Spirit made me aware and reminded me of that incident. And that's why I know that we are in the season of where your karma is being reconciled, right? So you're going to have to, some of you, I'm speaking for me because I went through that experience. And when I was made aware of it, that this was me reconciling that, because I had to experience my wallet falling to the ground. Because see, someone heard that, because I heard his, right? It's so cool and so magical how the universe works. So somebody heard it, they picked it up. They didn't tell me because I didn't tell him. And there you go. And it reconciled. Now, because I'm telling you, I had like $150 or $60 in cash, and I think a $50 lotto ticket, something. Anyway, I was going to go cash that in and stuff. But it all equated out to the same thing. Now, wait a minute. So when I was made aware of it, this is where the better and bitter comes in, right? When I was made aware of it, I said, oh, thank you, God, universe. Thank you that I did get harmed by it. Thank you that this is just a temporary situation. I went immediately into gratitude. Now, that very same week, I bought a scratch off, and I won $500. 2024 is going to be the big payback for some of you. This year, you had to go through a reconciliation of your karma where you could zero it out. Let me explain something to you. We are in a 3D world, right? So as we evolve, that's why Jesus went higher. He's in higher dimensions. Christ, enlightenment, higher dimensions, right? So 3D is where you experience all the opposite, the good, the bad, and all that. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But for the sake of this, your 3D mentality only qualifies you for 3D blessings. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. So in order to advance, in order to evolve higher, you must go through a death resurrection experience as your soul evolves. Now, this is how I view it, okay? We are in 3D, but we don't have to stay in 3D. Everything must start within, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. 3D is a human experience. Once we advance higher than 3D, then we're no longer human. And that's what all of these great teachers, Muhammad, Buddha, Jesus, all these guys, because through every generation or every time, It's God coming in. Okay, here I go. Let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. And all of it was talking about going within and advancing higher in your spirit. And because we are in 3D, where death occurs, then we got to put in some planets to release the type of energy. All of it's designed. It's the ultimate classroom. This 3D universe is designed to teach us how to advance higher and to remind us who we are. So 2024, right? Karma. You reconciled your karma. So now you've advanced higher. And as you advance higher, then that's where you get the next level blessings, the next level benefits of evolving higher. And it could be the most, it will be, I'm not going to say it can be, it will be the most painful experience that you have to endure. It will break your heart, but it's breaking your heart in order to shape and mold it into the ultimate heart, a godly heart. See, y'all better watch what y'all be praying. Oh, give me a clean heart. Give me whatever. Renew my heart. All that stuff. But you don't understand what Jesus said. Consider the cost before you be asking for stuff. So, 2023, tests, trials, tribulations, karma, reconciliation. 2024, the big payback, the year of karmic return. Some of us passed the ultimate, and all of it's the ultimate love test. So, and it's all because of this 3D experience, right? You don't get tests in 4th and 5th, those dimensions, because it's not necessary. 3D is where you experience all of these life lessons so that you can become and evolve spiritually. This is where you see everything happening the way that's happening. This is where you see the separation going, because you see some people who are evolving and enlightening more, and they're evolving. And then you've got people that are saying, you know what, I like it here. You know how some people on TikTok, they like, this is a ghetto planet. I'm just telling you what I heard on TikTok, right? This is a ghetto planet. Okay, so if people perceive this place as a ghetto planet, then you go have ghetto experiences. Rob and steal and murder. You know what we equate to the ghetto. And it's not about race. It's just an environment. It's a culture. Robbing, stealing, murdering, drug use, prostitution, all these lower vibrational things. That's what 3D is. A lower vibrational planet. That's why it appeases to your senses. And the ultimate life lesson is to become so evolved spiritually that you are the master over this avatar you chose for you agreed to come here. So once you evolve, right, getting the karmic payback. Next year is a universal 8-year. And I encourage you all to find out what your life path number is, what your day, what I think is the life path and year or something, and your annual personal year is too, right? Because next year was the 8 universal year. So if your personal year, mine, is going to be 8, then it's just going to be much more intense, right? So I'm excited in a sense of popcorn kind of excited, but I'm going to remain over here in the corner and just, kind of just take it all in, whatever's going to happen. I know it's going to be good because that's what I've been reading and what's I've been seeing about it. But yeah, 8 is good. It's a good year, but it's the big payback. So whatever seeds you've been sowing for the last 15 years, it's coming out. It's going to be revealed. That's why you see all this stuff coming out in the news about these so-and-so people. The separation is happening. He's separating, not he, the separation of the wheat and the tares, of the true, what we call, consider chosen ones, or the 144,000. I'm just using that for an example. True God beings, right? Separating from the ones who want to remain here in 3D for this time around. There's going to be a number of us who are going to advance higher and evolve off of 3D. And then we will get to experience the new heaven and the new earth. Then we go through the same experience again. But I'm thinking if it's going to, I don't know if it's going to be tests or anything. But, and then the people that are still here, we're planting the seeds for those people. So that next go around, they'll be the ones who are awakening, enlightening. Because make no mistake, God is coming for his creations. He's coming for himself, really. His experience, I'm using he loosely now, wanted to experience being human, a divine, whatever power source, wanted to experience being human. So all the aspects of the human experience we create on 3D created this karma, this energy of, to balance everything out, right? So everything has to reconcile. Even God, the universe is reconciling itself and cycling itself through. And that's why you hear about lifetimes and reincarnation, because you keep getting cycled back until you awaken and you evolve, because God is reconciling himself. I told you, we're taking you higher into the dimensions of who God is. He's reconciling himself back to that. And in order to do that, it's going to have to be us, and we're going to have to keep evolving higher. Isn't this a wonderful, wonderful, exciting thing? I mean, I'm saying that now because of where I'm sitting, but make no mistake, when you go through these dark nights of the souls or these major tests that you have to experience so that you can graduate, you don't feel like that. Your heart's broken. You could process all those emotions, but don't stay there. I was talking to my dad, I think last week, and he was saying something. It was just wonderful. He said, because we were talking about my experience, because I'll tell you after I tell you this about my dad. So, and he was like, he says, you know what? I'm proud of you, because although you were down, you didn't stay down. And I know that the reason why I didn't stay down was because I had some wonderful people in my corner who was there to hold me as I climbed my way back up, because I was down, honey. I was down. But in the words of the great Mike Murdoch, you don't need the world liking you, just need the right people liking you. And people will treat you how they feel about you. So when you're going through whatever you're going through, look for those people who are there for you. And if the ones you think that's going to be there for you isn't, don't fret, my pet, because he said, I'd be a mother to the motherless, a friend to the friendless, and that's through us. So anyway, we're wrapping it up, guys. 2024, karmic year, the big payback. One last tidbit. I'm glad I left it with you guys. Okay, so, all right, hot dog. When you're going through the experience, every time you go through it and you become better, that's what they call grace under fire. You want to be a person of grace under fire. And because it makes you stronger. And it makes you just realize and put everything in perspective and what really matters. And that's loving and caring for one another. We must learn to do that, people. We must not allow ourselves to get so caught up in materialistic things to the point where, there's that slogan. We've been hypnotized and brainwashed. We thinking we serving God, and we're serving the money God. On the back of it, in God we trust. So every time we see that dollar, we putting our trust in that God. Now, We've also been brainwashed into thinking that God exists outside of us, that God was going to come and save us and deliver us from all this and be our Superman and all that. And, oh, yeah, come on, save me, God. Come to my rescue. You know, all that stuff, right? And I've learned that the only way that that can happen is we must agree and allow our hearts to where we become God. Because God is us, y'all. We are God. God is having an experience through each and every one of us. And we have a choice. That's what choice comes in. To choose to allow God to experience who he really is, or the opposite side of him. It's either one or the other. You're either going to be like God or the devil, as they say. So choose ye this day who you going to serve to the community. Right? Okay. All right. So, guys, this is my final Facebook Live after 10 years. And I'm going to start streaming on TikTok. We're going to take the next quarter and do some planning and developing of that, and kind of framing out, you know, the type of content that I'm going to bring over there. So I'll be streaming live over on TikTok. And also I'll be posting on X and attending some spaces with great people like Elon Musk and Patrick Bet-David and all those great guys, and AT, and, you know, some great thought leaders and stuff. So we'll be doing some work over there. So we'll have that all taken care of. Now we're going to keep Facebook up because we are, you know, archiving the videos. Archiving the videos and trimming them down so that we can repurpose that and use that for the teaser for TikTok. So it's going to take a minute, but as of today, 12/31, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 2 3, New Year's Eve 2023. This is the final live streaming on Facebook. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for catching on the replay. And where's my little thingies here? And if you guys want to catch me on my social media, where are you? There we go. It's my social media there at Stay in Love, YouTube, and at Stay in Love 2 for TikTok and X. So looking forward to seeing you guys. Thank you so much for 10 great years, all 8,000 of you. Thank you so much. And may you continue to allow yourself to be God each and every day for the rest of your existence. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. And until next time, stay in love. Yay! It is New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. I wanted to go out with this, guys. Where is it? There we go. So until the next time, y'all remember this. Life and love will never fail you because all of that is within you. Until 2024. See you guys in the spring. Stay in love.